Hello everyone and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we're headed to the world of Last Epoch. Mike, one of the senior developers from 11th Hour Games, held his normal Friday Q&A live stream on Twitch, which means I get to bring you Dev Chat 19. We have 2 leaks to show off today and lots of good questions being answered. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to support smaller channels. All right, let's jump right into this. I thought we could start off today with a little comedy.
Funny that Last Epoch is played by more people than Wilson, which premiered a long time ago. You guys are releasing much bigger patches than they are for the full game. It's like, it's a bit of a different beast, but yeah. I remember Wilson's Kickstarter way back, and it still looks gorgeous. Even back then, when it was released as Umbra and the Kickstarter looked gorgeous.
Yes, Wilson is a very pretty game, but you know what they're missing? The developers from 11th Hour Games. Word on the street is the skill Abyssal Echo is going to be completely reworked. What can you tell us?
The base mechanics aren't changing much. I saw a lot of people speculating about that. I shouldn't have said forget everything, you know. There's a tweak to the base mechanics. The tree got rebuilt from scratch, though. It's a lot more active and has a lot more synergies with other skills. That's part of the thing we were trying to show in the nodes we teased. It has synergies with the new skill that was spoiled. Void Cleave has synergies with it as well. Like, there's things for Abyssal Echoes on the new Void Cleave tree, which is cool. We're trying to get that inter-skill synergies happening more. Like Rogue has a lot of them.
I have to say, when I am working on a build guide, one of my favorite things about Last Epoch is when I have a skill that can trigger another skill. So 11th Hour Games continue to do that. Long question, long answer. Let's talk Arena.
Big one here. I know you guys have big plans for Arena. As we all know, Arena is very divisive game mode that some love and some hate. Those who love it really love it for what it is now. Do you guys intend to make the game mode more mainstream, even if that makes it not liked by those who love it and already invested a ton of time in it already? Thanks. It's a great question. It's a great question. The change, we don't have a ton of specific changes planned for the immediate future of the Arena. First off, there's not large sweeping changes coming through for that next patch, or likely even the patch after that. There's a few things about the Arena that we're not huge on. One of them is that who makes it to the top right now. A lot of that, there's a few things. Like, there's build crafting, there's game skill, and then there's a third category that we're not huge on, and it's just physical endurance / time available. So there might be someone who just doesn't have 20 hours to sit down and play solid. There might be someone who can't sit down and play solid for 20 hours to get to 1,000 waves, or however long it takes to get to 1,000 waves. I don't actually know. That's sort of like the one thing that we're not huge on with the Arena. We actually like most of the other things about it, and not necessarily everything, but the fact that it is a little bit it's a little bit more simple, it's a little bit more straightforward. You can kind of just hop in and kill things, and that's sort of all it is, which is really all it was ever designed to be. And that's not to say it won't get new features that make it a little bit more interesting, but the fact that it doesn't have those... One of the key differences between the Arena and the Monolith, for example, is that there are these micro decisions, these micro meta decisions that happen all the time. So, and maybe they're not so micro, but the picking which Echo you're going to take to help influence what type of challenge you're facing, and also what type of reward you're getting, that happening every Echo, that's pretty frequent. That type of decision making doesn't exist in the Arena, and that's really intentional, that we've never added something like that to the Arena. I know people have come up with ideas where it's like, and maybe this is something we add down the road, maybe it's not, I don't know, maybe it's just like an optional version of it for a league or a season or cycle, sorry, where it's like every 5 waves, when there's a switch happens, after the rest, you have to pick a modifier, like a between like things deal more physical damage or things of higher crit chance. You know, modifiers like that. And like that's an idea that gets suggested from the community pretty frequently, actually, and would not be hard to do. But we intentionally haven't done it yet because it would add those small constant decisions to the arena, which is something that we like as a difference between the two systems. So we do want to have different end game systems that have different, I guess, I don't know what the term for it is on the tip of my tongue, you know, philosophical, it's not the right word. I don't know what the right word is, sorry. But different, like, design feel behind it, different... Hope you guys understand what I mean. Yeah. Kind of went on a tangent there. I hope that answered the question a bit.
Great answer. And I'll just raise my hand right now and say that I am one of those people that doesn't have the time to sit there and play for 20 hours. That's why I get asked all the time, hey, how do your builds do in the arena? And I always say most of the time I never am in the arena just for the fact of that time that it takes. But I will say, Mike just said it, there are no future plans for at least the next 2 updates for the arena. Right now, does 11th Hour Games have any plans to give us more incentive to clear the entire map instead of just running to the objective and finishing the Echo quick?
Yeah, better random loot crates, yeah. That's a big topic we've been talking about. So yeah, I don't know specifically what it is. It does, like, clearing the run does make the chest drop at the end better. Like how many things you get out of the chest, it does scale directly off of how many things you kill. But we've talked about a lot of different ways to change that, make it better. Yeah.
Yes, they're going to change it. This question made Mike laugh. Any plans to add a real-world auction house?
Absolutely not. No. We've been very clear that there will not be any pay-to-win options, and a real money auction house is absolutely a pay-to-win option.
That sounded pretty definitive. You have all been so patient, it is time for your first leak.
So here it is. So skill will consume 40 mana to use Forge Strike when you are at maximum stacks and on positive mana. Say it again. Skill will consume 40 mana to use Forge Strike when you are at maximum stacks and on positive mana.
Forge Strike maybe will be viable now? I have no idea. I really like this question. When we get 1.0, will the story be complete?
We've got a few... We've got plans for the storyline to continue after 1.0 release. But there will be a well-crafted story arc that will be available on launch.
Very interesting. So when we get the full launch of this game, it will have a longer and better story than it has right now, but the story will not be complete. Leak number 2.
Okay. Here's a node. Same skill as before. Completely different node. Each additional sword is replaced with Smite. Smite cast this way costs full mana cost per cast. Each additional sword is replaced with Smite. Smite cast this way costs full mana per cast.
In case you didn't know, one of my favorite builds is my Shield Throw Smiter. So any skill that can trigger Smite, I am down for. All right, everyone, we have come to our final question, and I'm going to allow Mike to take out this video with his answer. The question is, has 11th Hour Games thought about allowing players to transfer their corruption to a different timeline? And before I allow Mike to answer that question, if you haven't joined the official Action RPG Discord, please do so. We're now over 1,000 members, great conversations every day. The idea is to create a gaming community that could jump from game to game together, so you never start the server alone. Link for that Discord is in the description. I hope you all enjoyed Dev Chat 19. Mike, take it away.
We have talked about it. The big reason behind that I see get brought up a lot is so you like corruption can have a huge impact on how difficult something is, and especially once you're into the legendary ones, the level everyone's level 100. You get this one up to corruption 400 or something like that, and you're like, okay, I got the item that I wanted to get out of this, and then I'm going to hop to this one to try and get a different item. Suddenly you're starting at corruption 0 again, and it becomes trivial for quite a while. We're not exactly sure how to handle that issue, but it's definitely an issue. Yeah. A straight transfer's got other problems, but it's definitely something we're still looking at and working with.